Imagine a remote village in Peru where a ritual dance isn't just dance. It's a fierce negotiation with invisible forces shaping the community's fate. Fiona Bowie opens her book right here, weaving myth, body, and belief into something that feels alive, urgent, and profoundly human. But what if I told you religion isn't just about gods or prayers? It's a language, coded, symbolic, powerful, waiting for us to decode. Religion isn't static doctrine. It's a dynamic code full of symbols and messages. Let's unpack this. In the village of Huancayo, dancers enact a ritual called the Huacanada every New Year's Eve. But it's not just movement. Each step, mask, and gesture sends messages about community unity and ancestral spirits. Bowie shows how this dance is a conversation between the living and the unseen, an encoded message that's renewed yearly to keep tradition alive. Think of the body in rituals like a chalkboard scribbled with signs. Rituals use posture, touch, and objects not randomly but as a semiotic system, like reading a script in motion. When a shaman enters trance, the twitch of an eye or the pulse of drums is syntax. Bowie likens it to language, symbols operating through muscle and sweat, translating the invisible into visceral experience. Religion carves us versus them in social clay. Bowie highlights urban legends and syncretism when different faiths mix to demonstrate how religion redraws identity lines. Boundaries aren't fixed but political, flexible. The payoff? Religion constantly negotiates power, inclusion, and exclusion, making belief a living battleground and a tool for social cohesion. Myth isn't fairy tale fluff. It's a powerful frame shaping belief and reality. Let's dive into myth's magic. In Fiona Bowie's exploration of myth among the Fang people in Gabon, stories about powerful ancestors aren't just tall tales. They serve as blueprints for living, teaching morals, explaining natural events, and enforcing social rules. These myths act like firmware running the social machine, guiding behavior with invisible but felt force. Witchcraft and the evil eye must be understood less as superstition and more as social regulators. Bowie compares belief in the evil eye to a neighborhood gossip system gone supernatural, an invisible way people discipline others through fear and suspicion. It's social control coded as magical threat, keeping communities vigilant and harmonious through an uneasy truce. Myths and magic turn chaotic, scary realities into manageable stories. Bowie shows how healing rituals or pilgrimages, for example, transform anxiety about illness or death into shared action and hope. The surprise? Myth doesn't just reflect the world, it actively reshapes how we feel, cope, and belong. Religion and ritual aren't gender-neutral, they shape and reveal power dynamics. Here's how that plays out. Bowie recounts the Sambia people of Papua New Guinea, where boys undergo intense rites of passage to mark their transition into adulthood and masculinity. These ceremonies aren't merely tradition, they're carefully staged performances reinforcing gender roles and community expectations. The ritual landscape is the proving ground where social identity takes shape and power is passed along. In Siberian shamanism, Bowie reveals that shamans often embody fluid gender identities, blending masculine and feminine traits to access spiritual realms. This blending isn't accidental but a vital key to their power. Think of shamanism as theatrical role play in which transcending gender binaries unlocks new forms of authority and connection to nature and spirit. Pilgrimage, whether to Mecca or a small sacred hill, is transformative on multiple levels. Bowie emphasizes how pilgrims shed old identities on the road, emerging both physically and socially renewed. This journey rewrites personal history and social status, a potent ritual reboot that blurs the line between sacred and secular, individual and community. Back in that Peruvian village, every step of the dance connects the present to ancestors, the seen to the unseen. Religion, as Bowie shows us, is a living conversation, a performative act that reshapes who we are and how we belong. So next time you see a ritual or hear a myth, try decoding its language. You'll unlock hidden worlds beneath the surface. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.